Hey, good afternoon here on Belly Acres. We're just here above Belly Acres, just a little bit, and we're out here in the woods. I'm going to try some of the back roads and stuff. Over that way there, we look over there, we can see there's Belly Acres. And we look over there, there's the fine view from there. And if you watch some of the other videos in the past, you'll see, hey, these are places that, well, I guess I've walked here and ridden motorcycle and four-wheeler and stuff here several times. First time on a e-bike. We'll put her on up here, and there's the fine trail starting off up there. And we'll see you on down the road. Well, here we are taking off on our ride, and I'll probably just kick here into pass one and start off on throttle, because basically I know pedaling is going to get me going a lot faster than I really want to on this trail. Even the throttle's doing a little bit more than I want to, because I'm not paying really super good attention. That's kind of a nice thing about a motorcycle. I've ridden it enough that going fast is good and going slow is good, and I can just putter right along. Oh, there went a ground squirrel or something just racing across the trail. I came over here earlier and brushed this out with it on the ATV. I'm still having to duck for a few limbs because some guy didn't take them all out of the way. We'll pull up here and show you a bit of the meadow here. This is all part of the place that I've wandered through a few times. Belly Acres is right over there. And we're on somebody else's place right at the moment. I'm not really sure who owns it now. Titus, or it's probably not the lumber company, because they pretty much have taken all the trees down. When we get on their land, we know where we're there, because there's not a tree left standing. I kind of like my other bikes a little better. I can turn the pass down, and I'd be pedaling through all of this on those. We'll pull up here and stop again to show you, hey, way over there, we can see that's the property of the lumber outfit, because the trees are gone. This over here, still owned by private companies, and like mine included. I had logged mine, but not near as much as those guys have logged theirs. Yeah, I've got 14 psi in the tires, and that's still a little bit too much for this kind of stuff. We'll go around this here tree that's fell in the trail in the road. Last time I was up here, I was on the ATV, and I took out a lot of the bigger stuff. I'm just avoiding hitting some of the logs and stuff still left in the trail here. Kind of nice, those fir cones, I just roll right over them and they crunch and make a bit of a bump. Up here's a water bar in the road. I let some air out of the rear suspension, but it's still not moving real as free as I would like it to. I go over this stuff on my hardtail bikes, and I'm a little more used to those, so I just kind of stand up going over these whoop-de-doos and stuff. Well, I suppose a lot of the guys, they ride e-bikes on trails and stuff, and they've got their momentum going a little faster than I would particularly like to. I'm kind of thinking, even on dirt bikes, I go around 8, 10, and if it's a road, I go on lots. Like this one here, I'll be going 15, even 20 or so on the motorcycles, but since it's newer in the season, don't know what kind of junk's falling in the road, tend to go a little slower. So 10, 11 miles an hour is just fine. Right now we're kicking along on pedal power. Because, hey, I know there's a road here. Well, all it was the road earlier, but this is just a little bit wider. There's a few rocks in the way, but I can just kind of, the grass is short enough, I just kind of avoid hitting them. We can tell we're on the lumber company ground now because, well, trees are gone. Oh, they have a gate here. It's open, but I'm surprised that I don't remember there being a gate there before. Must have been, I just didn't pay any attention to it. got that rock. I was going a bit too fast and looking around here and there and not looking where I was going. This camera faces forward all the time, so it's kind of a good cheater. That's probably what I ought to be doing. Well, here's where I've taken down on the four-wheeler a couple of times, but I know that's just a little bit steep for the bike. I'm not, well, it probably would come up just fine, but hey, we're back on the upper road here. That shortcut that I talked about earlier, there was an alternate one that wasn't quite as steep as that one, and it connects to this road here. So we'll ride around here. I'm sure the road's fairly well open because this is where those old boys did all their logging and stuff earlier. I talked to the fellows doing the job while they were doing it because they were right next to my place. And I could see they were running their highline machines from way over on top of this ridge. I haven't been on, well, I'll just put it this way, I haven't been on it since the trees are gone, so it's kind of like new to me because I'm used to it being all lots of trees and have to duck and cover and all that kind of good stuff. There were some guys riding motorcycles back there. There's signs up here saying no motor bikes and stuff like that, but I don't think anybody really pays a lot of attention to that stuff. I'm a little different motorbike riding and four-wheeler riding. I don't make a rut or hardly even leave tracks because I go so, well, kind of slow. And if there's mud and stuff, I just don't do it. I'm more of a dry, fair weather kind of rider. A fair weather friend. I can see some of the motorcycle tracks here. They hit this road pretty hot and heavy. There's some spin out marks and stuff. Probably kids having fun. Even when I was a kid, I didn't peel out and stuff like a lot of them do today. And I'm still riding pretty much the same way today. I kind of ride around the ruts and ride around the mud holes and generally the rocks. Just because I gotta buy tires. My daddy would have bought them, but it's a old habit I got into because he didn't particularly like buying tires because his kid chewed him up on the trails. Normal maintenance was no big deal, but I still bought my own tires because he complained about it too often. Looks like there's lots of roads here taking off in different places. We're on another side of the mountain. This is that road that it'll go over and connect in on the downhill one where we drove up the other day. I might just take that coming back, because it'll come. I can take the main county road, come right up into the yard. Nice thing is here, I don't have to worry about looking back or having mirrors. Of course, the mirrors would need to be knocked off in the brush anyway. But there's nobody else out here most often. And if there was a motorcycle coming up, I definitely would hear them. This bike's front motor is a little louder than some, but definitely quieter than a motorbike. Or an internal combustion motorbike. I don't know why I keep riding on the edge of the road like it's just old habits, I guess, to stay out of traffic. Missing the rocks is a good thing. Hey, there's a wonderful view here. I'll stop here and take a picture. Well, this isn't the road I was thinking it was. Well, you can see down there is the green roof. Belly Acres. And we came from over there, and that road, well, as you can see this here, all the trees are gone and whatnot. And that road does come up here. I just didn't turn off on it. But it'll come down a different way. But look at all those. See that road farthest over there? On the other, or down the ridge a ways, it basically dead ends right around here somewhere. I've been up there. I used to ride the motorcycle up, but since they logged it and they've taken every tree, see those strip of trees right there? You could tell, hey, that's Belly Acres. This is part of some of my neighbors, and there's definitely different new people moving in all the time. And holy cow, look at all the houses and stuff that are up here. There's where we were riding a while back, way over on yonder ridge. And if I'd have kept going around and dropped down along the lower road, I'd have came to that house. I rode bike there years ago before the house was there. And I asked the people when they built the house what they did for road. They go, well, we use the skid road. I go, we're not going to fix anything because we just come here sometimes during the summer. And we're on motorcycles. So we have fun there. You can see way down there, way over there, is the swampland for Cherry Creek Road, where we took a ride around that earlier. Isn't that interesting? See, this is all just stuff that's pretty much in my backyard. There again, there's Belly Acres. We're going to head on up the road here.